I've got a corral panel over here that needs to be pulled from over here up to the back barn here. And it's only about a football field and a half as far as length goes, but it's her first time pulling something. So I'm going to help her learn how to pull something today. We've been working a lot on learning to not pull on the reins, not push and pull everywhere she wants to go in the halter. And so I'm sure she's going to be a little confused as to what I want her to do now with the breast piece on that she will be pulling with. This is a piece of her harness. I don't have a collar that fits her yet, but this works just as fine. The cattle panel's really not that heavy. I could pull it up there just as easily, but I want her to do it for me. And I've got my traces that I'm going to attach to the gate, and they're going to go through the stirrups. And basically what the saddle's going to do is it's going to work as the rest of my harness, and it's also going to work as a saddle because she'll have some weight in the saddle, and she'll have some feeling in the stirrups. So I just think it's a good thing to do from time to time, to just use the saddle in place of the harness when you can sometimes. Especially for a donkey or a pony that I can't ride because I'm too big for them. I'm too big for her, and I'm not comfortable with riding her, so I'm going to incorporate the saddle and riding in everything that I can. So that's why I've got the saddle on her instead of the harness. She's been working a lot in the driving bridle here. I've been trying to incorporate this driving bridle into almost every aspect of her life as far as training goes, because she's been extremely spooky about anything behind her. Anything at all. It could be something as simple as a cat running across the ground behind her. She freaks out, or she used to anyway. So she's been doing a lot better with that. We've gone back and done a lot more time, spending a lot more time on desensitizing and just basically teaching her that it's okay to not freak every time that she sees or she hears something scary, that she's not always going to be able to get away from it too. I've been doing some desensitizing with her tied up, and while I'm standing behind her holding the reins steady so that she can't get away from me, because there are going to be moments like that where she's in harness or she's tied up somewhere and something's going to happen that scares her, and she's not going to be able to run away, and I don't want her to hurt herself. I mean, she's run into her halter a few times, and she's rubbed up her nose pretty good here and her chin a little bit, and I just don't want her to continue doing that. So she has been progressing very, very well with everything now. I've been very pleased with how she's doing, so I think she's ready for this. I've been doing a little bit of dragging some scary, noisy items behind her as I'm ground driving her, but I haven't actually tied anything to her or hitched her to anything yet. So this will be the first time that she does that, and this will be the first time that she is being asked to pull something. So what I've got here is I've got my halter here. I'm not going to ground drive her for her first time pulling something because I'm not expecting her to fully understand what I'm asking her. So I'm going to be right by her side, right where she can see me, and I can touch her and reassure her that I appreciate the try that she's doing for me. She just gets a little bit more relaxed when she can see me and I can touch her easily, and she can think about things a little bit more and not have to worry about also listening to her ground driving cues. That'll come with time. That'll be the next step. But for her first time, I just want her to get the concept of pulling with her harness. I want her to understand that she can do that. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and we'll see how it goes. So here when I ask her to move forward, you can see that almost immediately when she hears that gate following her, she wants to take off and run. And this is why I wanted to stand in front of her for her first time, to reassure her that she doesn't need to be afraid, that it's okay for something to follow her noisy and heavy like that. Remember, this is her first time pulling anything in her life. So it's a very strange sensation for her that she has not yet experienced. So here now you can see her being a little bit more cautious, just kind of thinking things through a little bit more than she initially was. And it's always important to remember to reward even the slightest try. So I'm asking her to come forward. There she came forward, and I immediately take a break and give her a rub and let her know that that was a good effort. I appreciate her try.